These stories come from customers unprompted from our side. A change that they made in Chicago that took down the network in Sydney, or a change that they made and they had to roll back and keep iterating because they just couldn't get the change right because there would always be some unintended consequence. So it comes as no surprise that customers have been demanding a capability like Forward Predict, the ability to know the impact of a change on the end-to-end behavior of the network before executing them in the production network. My name is Nikhil Handigol. I am the Chief AI Officer and co-founder here at Forward. We've been in business for 10 plus years, and at Forward, my primary role currently is to lead our AI strategy and execution. On one hand, networks have become critical infrastructure. They are the lifeblood of our modern digital lives. The demands that we place, the expectations that we have of our networks are only increasing. We expect our networks to be more reliable, more secure, higher performant than ever before. We have a demand of our networks to constantly adapt and change, to meet our constantly changing business needs. Yet the reality is that these networks are more fragile than ever before. And the fundamental reason here is a gap that has existed in the industry pretty much since the inception of networking. We have lacked the technology to understand deeply how our networks behave in the present moment, or how they will behave if we are to make a certain kind of change in the network. The technology that we have pioneered at Forward is called the Network Digital Twin. It's a behaviorally accurate model of the network. It's a software platform that connects to all the devices in the network: switches, routers, load balancers, firewalls, on-prem, in the cloud, physical, virtual, anything that basically moves packets, and collects configuration and dynamic state from these devices. And it builds a behaviorally accurate model. Now, what do I mean by a behaviorally accurate model? One of the most powerful aspects of this technology is that it proactively traces and reasons about where every possible packet can go in the network. That is what we mean by a behavioral model. For the last 10 plus years, we have focused on building the world's best digital twin that reflects how the network is currently behaving and how it's behaved in the past. Now we are taking this behavioral model to the future. We are announcing Forward Predict, a foundational capability that allows network and security teams to define and test their changes on a mathematically accurate digital twin of the network and know the full impact of those changes on the end-to-end behavior of the network before executing those changes in production. We have built an AI agent called the AI Networking Agent, and we have empowered that agent with the capabilities of the predictive digital twin. This agent takes as input intent, a change that needs to happen in the network, whether it's in response to troubleshooting a problem, whether it's enabling a new application, or whether it's migrating an application. The agent takes the intent as input and maps it to tests within the digital twin. It then analyzes the behavior of the current state of the network using the digital twin and proposes changes to meet that intent, and runs those changes through Forward Predict to understand the impact of those changes, and executes those tests that it had defined on the predicted state. If the tests don't pass, it takes feedback from the digital twin and keeps iterating until it gets those changes right, until all the tests pass. And once the tests pass, it knows that these tests are going to meet the goal and they're not going to break anything else in the network. So these changes are then sent out for execution. And post-execution, the agent then re-evaluates those tests on the post-change production network to make sure that the network after the change continues to behave as intended, and the loop continues. This is the blueprint for autonomous networking, and that is what we have implemented. What it means for network and security teams is, one, elimination of risks. Teams can now eliminate entire classes of change-induced risk, outage risk, security risk, or even compliance risk. Now, when you eliminate risk, that translates to confidence. Confidence that you're not going to break something in the network. which then translates to the ability to move much faster.